Hello everyone, and welcome to another custom review, and another one that is actually Disney Plus, Marvel themed, and that is my Falcon and the Winter Soldier custom review. This one came out a little bit later than I thought, and is a lot smaller than I thought, and also I'm not doing the whole picture background thing here because I wasn't sure what backgrounds to use. But yeah, I've obviously been super into all the shows that Disney Plus has been putting out for Marvel, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier was phenomenal, and I've been really excited to make these figures and show them off. But they are super late, and here we are where this show has been long completed, and the show after it, Loki, has been completed, as well as the first cinematic Marvel movie in a few years, Black Widow. And so, yeah, it's pretty late. A big reason for that is Falcon, because I've spent a lot of time on this guy. And all these figures have taken a little while. It's not as many as I first wanted to do, but I think all of them are really high quality, and I'm really proud of them all. And so, yeah, let's get right into it. Our first character here is, of course, the title character, the main character, and my most time-consuming minifigure of all time, and that is my Falcon minifigure, or actually Captain America. One thing that is really good, a lot of people make customs before or while a show is coming out. I don't do that, and in some ways that's bad, but for some reasons that's really good, because that means I got to make this awesome Captain America costume for him that was revealed in the final episode, which I'm so happy I got to make. And yeah, I said this was the most time-consuming figure ever because essentially one of the main things that scared me about this figure was the wings. Obviously, we're going to be pretty hard to make, and so I spent quite a few times, a few tries making the wings, and they just didn't turn out. So eventually, I just ordered some from this fake minifigure of Captain America Falcon and painted them up, and I think they look fantastic. So I'm really glad I did that. Essentially, they can move here. This part can move, and this part can move, and they can go up and down, and they're pretty amazing. They weren't entirely 100% accurate to the show, the paint job, or the little details on them, and so I just kind of had to do with what they gave me, but I did modify it some to where the details are accurate to the show. I think they look pretty great. And on the back here, I painted them some too. I wanted the figure to look alright from the back, obviously not as good as the front, but another amazing thing about this pack, and another reason I got it, is because Red Wing can detach, and that's pretty awesome. But I ordered this piece in like June, and it didn't come in until July, and then in July I had other stuff going on. I had my birthday, I had other customs projects. So yeah, it did take, that is one reason this figure took a while, and this whole showcase in general took a while. And then just painting this guy in general, it took me like 3 days worth of painting. I typically can get a figure done in 2 days worth, or 1 day. But this was 3 different times painting, so I don't know how many hours I spent on him, but quite a few. His shield also came with the fake minifigure I purchased, but I just think that it's pretty accurate, and I like it. I might replace it with the shield that was revealed in the CMFs today, but yeah, his hair is custom. It's that fin hairpiece and the hairpiece they use for him, but I cut off the sides and sanded it, so that way he would have his mask right here, and his mask is painted onto the actual Falcon face. I just painted the white on there and then added the E-tape, and I think that looks really amazing. And then his torso has all of the crazy details. I have the dark blue there, and the silver stripes and everything, the red stripes, and with the little black lines and stuff. And I haven't just got to make like a really cool like Captain America like this in forever, other than one other figure in the showcase, of course. So it was just really fun to kind of go back to the roots of that, but to also have this like really cool new style that he has that's very unique and really amazing. One bad thing about these wings is they can come off kind of easily. They just came off there, but yeah, now they're back on. And so then his arms have all the details painted. There's the silver shoulder pad at the top with some lines separating it, and the dark red gloves here with his fingertips are painted on there out of that white line there. And then on this side is the same thing, except for he has a little star painted on this shoulder pad. His legs, it was really hard to find some like good reference for his legs, but I worked with what I had, and I think it's very, very accurate. I'm very proud of it. And so yeah, he has these like black lines on it and the silver lines and everything. They're uneven, which really bugs me, but he just took so long. I didn't go back and fix it. I might at some point, but yeah, so you can see the silver line there, but not on this side. And he has all the silver details on his belt there. And then his little shoes have a ton of details painted on there, dark red and with the little black lines and a white stripe going to the back. And yeah, I think that is it for Falcon, or Captain America. An amazing figure and an amazing costume. Probably one of my favorite Captain America and Falcon costumes in the MCU, and I'm really excited to see him in future movies. So yeah, that is Sam Wilson, Captain America. Of course, we couldn't have a Falcon and the Winter Soldier custom review without the Winter Soldier himself, Bucky Barnes, or the White Wolf, or whatever you want to call him. But yeah, this is a really awesome figure, the most recent one here besides Falcon, and still, I painted him a while ago, I think like before June, so or in early June. I think he was the last figure I painted before I went on my vacation. But yeah, his hairpiece, actually, funny thing about it is it's actually the hairpiece I used to use for my Sig figure back when I used the spiky hairpiece, and it was tan, and I had sanded the sides and stuff, and I just took that and painted it brown because now obviously I have a new Sig figure with the Pac-Man hat and everything. And his face here is actually an Thor face. I was going to say Iron Man face, but yeah, Thor face, just with the beard and mouth and eyebrows removed. And I painted on the brown eyebrows and his stubble there, which I'm pretty proud of. I think it's a pretty cool, pretty accurate face. And then his torso, I'm just super proud of. All of the lines are really clear and just on this figure entirely. I'm really proud of it. It's a very simple Bucky design, but I think it works really well. This part here is E-tape, and so is this part. Both of these belts are electrical tape, and then I painted the details on his collar and these things here. I don't really know. And then the belts are painted with all their buckles and stuff. And then he has this red part here or something. And then this arm is his, normal human arm. It's got some E-tape here and here, which I think are belts and stuff, as well as this silver part here. But the other arm is the one that was more difficult to make because this is obviously a cybernetic arm, which I am really, really proud of. I actually sculpted it to be a bit muscly and to kind of stick out when you're looking at him from the different sides, and it's just black. It's painted black with the golden details on it, and I am really proud of that. I think it looks amazing. His paints are just I was gonna say his paints are just painted black, but his pants are just painted black with the dark gray lines there. And then he has just these dark gray boots with black lines there. He's much more simple than Sam, obviously, but I think he just looks amazing. And I think they look super cool together. And yeah, that is it for Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. Next up, we have John Walker, or Captain America, the second Captain America in this showcase, and a figure I'm really proud of. I'm pretty sure, I'm terrible at remembering things, but I'm pretty sure he was in my top 10 minifigures video. because I just think he is that great. And yeah, he does actually have a double-sided face here. I don't do that very often, but so he could have two expressions. This is actually just the Superman face. So this is the happy face on Superman. And then I just painted this side. It was like an angry face with laser eyes, so I just painted the eyes black. And it can be his angry face. And yeah, I think it's really cool like that because it can display both faces, and I just think the face was perfect, so I'm really glad I did that. The hat is just a Captain America helmet with the star A painted on it, and then some black lines on the top, as well as the little wing parts and the red line connecting it there. His shield is actually inspired by, you know, the big scene, the big cliffhanger scene from the show. So it has some splatter on it there. Kind of creepy, but I thought that would set him apart from my other Captain America figures, Sam especially. Yeah, he has a not Captain America, he has a Lego Batman movie belt cut off and just pasted right on there, just the front part of it, not the actual the belt part, but just the details on it. And then his torso has a lot of black and red and silver details. His arms have sculpted shoulder pads on it with his little American flag design on both sides. And then his hands are just dark red hands with his fingertips painted at the end to be like fingerless gloves there. And then his legs are just the same dark blue color as the rest, with some buckles on the side there painted in silver with some black lines, some knee pads painted on there, and then some like red lines on the side. This side has a pocket, and then this other side has a gun holster, and then his boots are just black with the red line on top. And yeah, that is John Walker, Captain America. Our last minifigure is actually the first figure that I created, and that is Baron Zemo, who I think everybody was super excited to see return in the show, and he was amazing. And yeah, so his head is actually sculpted. I sculpted his helmet there entirely. I was going to use a flash cowl, but I ended up not, and was just inspired by a flash cowl and sculpted it onto there, and then indented these lines into it to make it look like a ski mask. Really proud of that. I painted it purple and painted the inside the light tan color, and then I just painted his eyes and eyebrows in there. I wish it was removable, but sadly it is not. His torso is super simple. It just kind of has the collar at the top and then this black line, and then I am super proud of his fur coat there. It is just a paper coat. I have some silver details and a few little black details, and then just actual cotton on the top here, and it wraps all the way around. And then I just painted these little black dots on there, and I think it looks amazing. That's really my favorite part of the figure. He has very simple arms, and then just these purple hands with some black lines on there. And then his pants are just black. I painted his belt buckle on there, and then he just has some gray boots with some wrinkling, some wrinkle detailing above them. And yeah, that is Baron Zemo. Thank you so much for watching. I was really happy to make these figures. I'm super proud of all of them. And what a great show. I really loved the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, and can't wait to see more of both of them in the MCU. Again, I really wish I could have made more figures for this show because it really was great. And I really wanted to make Carly Morgenthau as well as Sharon Carter and some other figures. But I'm just kind of ready to move on to some other projects, including some other Marvel and Disney Plus ones like Loki and Black Widow. So if you want to see those, stick around. They're going to be coming out pretty soon. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and goodbye.